and await the playoffs, where they were knocked out early a year ago, and right now they're at the top of their game. L.A., after a slow beginning, held the lead most of the way in fending off Seattle. And the Los Angeles Lakers could not have done it this year without the brilliant Magic Johnson. How versatile he has been, one of the game's most complete performers. And he has certainly made Coach Pat Riley's job that much easier. So tonight, from the Forum in Inglewood, who's 16th in the NBA in the scoring department, the power forward. And Golden State does normally, but against the Lakers, it could be a different story for him. And we have a whistle right off, and we're going to have a push. A loose ball foul has been called
on World B. Free.
World Free. The officials tonight, Darryl Garretson, who is the chief of all of the officials, and Ed Middleton working this game.
Would you buy a used car from either one of those guys? I say that every week.
I know you do.
I love it. I love it.
Magic Johnson to Norm Nixon, into Rambis, and Rambis challenges Larry Smith with ease. So
excuse me, Dick, what he has done, Kurt Rambis has done over the period of the season since Mitch Kupchak got hurt, he's developed into a very confident player. And he's now starting to be a major contributor to the Laker offense.
Mitch Kupchak had knee surgery and is not coming back this year. And so the Lakers have had to play without the power forward, and Kurt Rambis, a rookie, as Al Attles with over 500 career victories. Jamal Wilkes committed the personal foul. Romar, left-handed backcourt performer, World B. Free, used to shoot him up from anywhere and still does. Magic Johnson and his teammate Wilkes battle for it. Magic, what a superb season he's having. Rambis inside again, and it's blocked. Blocked inside by Larry Smith, and we will have a loose ball foul against the Lakers. Tonight, the Boston Celtics were beaten by the New Jersey Nets, 113 to 9. Opening minute of play.
Hit him! I don't think since they went to the division has it ever been this close for all the playoff spots.
82-game schedule, and we won't even know who's going to play whom till the final Sunday. And of course, we'll tell you what we're going to have in store for you on Sunday as Kareem hits. So Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who this week scored his 28,000th career point, second all-time to Wilt Chamberlain, who had over 31,000. And the Lakers are up by 2. Romar, left-handed backcourt. Larry Smith playing outside into Bernard King. Look at that move. It falls off the rim, however. And Magic brings it up. Tough to defense Magic Johnson at 6'9", who plays really all 5 positions. Nixon forced that shot.
And that's one of the leading rebounding forwards in basketball.
He's 6th in the league right now, was 3rd last year, and Romar hits. Reminds you a little bit in his style of Guy Rogers. And there's an interception by Ricky Brown, the center. Golden State has had a very tough final week, as you know, Bill, having to play the Lakers twice and the Sonics twice to make the playoffs. And so far, they've beaten L.A. and Seattle with 2 to go.
Yes, they're a very emotional team in that Al Attles would be more of a people type coach rather than X's and O's, although he's real good with X's and O's. And he's gotten the most he could out of this team.
He sure has. Bernard King misses the turnaround. Rambis the rebound. By the way, Norm Nixon committed that foul. So Wilkes and Nixon each have fouls here in the opening period. Wilkes coming around a Rambis screen. He has been a hot shooter, not that time, as Ricky Brown clears it. Lorenzo Romar. And Larry Smith goes in with a shot. Larry Smith has had elbow injuries, and that's why he has pads at both elbows right now.
And that's the reason.
What a feed. Johnson gets the basket on a fine pass. Portland. We'll have a live report from Portland. Our score is tied with 9:15 remaining in the first period. Dick Stockton and Bill Russell on the trap, a near steal by Magic. Romar coming back. Double team, wide open. Ricky Brown, he's hit one. And not that time. Smith knocked it away to Bernard King. Look at that offensive rebound. One of the top offensive rebounding teams in the NBA. You can see why right there.
Yeah, both of these teams are good rebounding teams as teams.
World B. Free.
They don't have any one guy that's a dominating rebounder, but either team, but they have a lot of good rebounders.
23 points a game, 10th in scoring.
And they have 2 guys in the top 10, I think, in scoring, World B. Free and Bernard King.
So the Warriors have the lead. They have won 3 of the 5 games against the Lakers this year. Houston wins a big one, defeating Utah 107-100. Moses Malone, 34 points. So Phoenix and Golden State are right now tied, with Houston ahead and Denver behind of the 4 teams. Kareem misses the skyhook, and coming out with it, Bernard King. He can go end to end, very strong for a small forward. Off the fingertips of Ricky Brown, it'll be Lakers ball.
Good idea, bad execution. That pass, he could have floated up a little better, but that was a good idea. And when the guys make those kind of passes, you can't get mad at them, because you should make those passes so the guys can.
But he knows that he only has one more game to play, and that's against Phoenix. Norm Nixon.
You know what coaches like Pat Riley have to tell their guys is, you have to go out and win these games, because you can't turn it on and turn it off. And you can't let up on a game and then just because the playoffs start think you can turn it around. You've got to keep winning and get into good habits and stay with them.
Ricky Brown commits the foul, and so Kareem will go to the line. So 35-year-old Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in his 13th season. He's second in block shots, 7th in scoring, averaging nearly 24 points a game. And Pat Riley told us last night that every time it's been a big game this year, Kareem has scored between 25 and 35 points. So he rises to the occasion offensively. Got a little help there.
Shooter's bounce.
First quarter action. Romar into Rambis.
Now at this point, the Warriors aren't ahead, but they've had the game going that way pretty much so far.
Baseline shot by Bernard King, who's the first ever winner of the Comeback Player of the Year. We'll tell you more about the incredible turnabout by Bernard King as the game goes on.
Now this Warrior team is not, that's what they want Magic to take. This Warrior team is not a good defensive team as a unit. They have some players that will play good defense in spots, but as a unit, they are not a good defensive team.
Magic Johnson commits the foul on World Free. Johnson has a big height advantage over both of the Golden State guards, and he commits his first personal.
Now here's Magic play. World B comes the ball. Magic's up.
He'll spin all over the ball.
And he got that.
Two. All over.
And he was a little upset by the call.
World B Free. His name, of course, Lloyd Free. It's been changed. He spent 3 years with Philadelphia, 2 at San Diego. This is his second year at Golden State. And he was known as World in the playgrounds in the Brownsville section of Brooklyn, and so he decided why not make it legal. So his name is World Free, and his middle initial was always B.
Hey, it's kind of catchy. You know, it's almost like when you grow up, you might decide a new name for yourself. That's not a bad idea.
Kareem have a chance for a three-point play as he gets the bucket inside, and this is where the Lakers can go to town against an undersized center in Ricky Brown.
Now here's Kareem. It is a mismatch with Ricky Brown, but it's not from lack of effort, because Ricky Brown's really trying, but as we said earlier, he's a little overmatched.
Ricky Brown's going to go to the bench. He committed his second foul, and Sam Williams, the second-round draft choice from Arizona State, has come in the ballgame. Williams started this year at power forward when Larry Smith was a holdout and a late reported player. So Williams is 6'8". Kareem has a bigger height advantage. Free in the lane. Rambis looking for the outlet pass. They have none. 7 minutes to go, first period. Johnson, what a play. Someone hit the ball, and Johnson went up anyway. So Magic Johnson is 3 for 3 from the field, and the Lakers are up by 3.
Yeah, the Lakers feel that if Magic Johnson doesn't shoot more, he doesn't play his overall game as well. That he plays better overall game when he's shooting.
King defended well by Jamal Wilkes. Norm Nixon.
Go inside. Go inside.
Magic outside. And Larry Smith clears it.
Good move by Romar.
He had to pass it off, had no shot. Rolls off the rim to Rambis. And the Lakers running. 2 on, 3 on 2. Wilkes.
And this is what the Warriors can't let the Lakers do. Get points in bunches. Now they got to call timeout and set the defense up a little better. They got their. A lot of people want him to play because of the way he appears to be physically and not the way he is as a player.
Rambis with the steal. And they'll fight for the loose ball.
Now here's the loose ball coming up. Knocked loose by Rambis, and it's loose, and they're all going after it. And there it is. Just put a handle on it, or stick a fork in it or something.
Rambis was out of bounds, Bill. He had his right foot out of bounds, so it's going to be Warriors ball. You saw Norm Nixon, who's off to a great start as a playmaker in this game, and this has been a banner year for him.
8, 7.
Romar with 5 seconds to go in the shot clock. Banks it. World free. Follows up. Warriors are missing a few inside shots. They've had
getting a lot of them.
Yeah. They've had a lot of opportunity. And the bank shot by Sam Williams, who's averaging just over 6 a game from Arizona State. Nixon with 6 assists so far, and he's gone over the 600 mark for the 4th consecutive year, having his best season. Wilkes has been red hot after the All-Star break. You see how they slough off on Kareem. Nixon gets loose. Kareem. And a block by Sam Williams. 6'8" against 7'2". And World Free gets the hoop. How did Sam Williams ever block Kareem's shot, Russ?
Well, he jumped at that pretty good that time. I think Kareem might get a little upset about it. I hope not.
Nixon going in the crowd, off balance. And Larry Smith came down with it, but lost it to Nixon. Doesn't do any good if you don't hold on to the ball. Nixon stripped it away.
Well, he sort of handed it to him.
4 minutes, 40 seconds remaining first period. Close game. Golden State needs this ball game.
Swing it to Sam.
Haven't made the playoffs in 5 years, and a bad pass. Lakers. Magic Johnson. An incredible milestone. 700 rebounds and 700 assists in the same year. Only Oscar Robertson, who did it 3 years, and Wilt Chamberlain have done it. Nixon. Kareem, no mistake this time. This looks like one of those UCLA games against one of those Pac-10 opponents where the center was 6'6". The way he handled it inside there.
Right. In the years when they weren't allowed to dunk it.
Kareem with 8 points. And another turnover. Going up without the ball, Magic, but Wilkes is there. Michael Cooper is getting set to come in the ball game as Jamal Wilkes, who's averaging over 21 a game and hitting 52% from the field. And talk about a good offensive year. Michael Cooper coming in. 3:40 to play and a 7-point Laker lead. They tried to jam it. Didn't work. Romar. And right now, Golden State may be playing a little bit out of control. Romar had the stuff, but let's see the block at the other end.
He tries to challenge the big guy, and the only way he can really do it is to try to dunk the ball, but he didn't quite make it. And I think Al got a little upset with that one. Al, that'll set it.
World Free commits the second foul. Kareem looks like he's going to pick up a bundle if he goes like this.
Well, they're having breakdowns defensively, the Warriors are. They have to help each other out. And that's one of the problems that they've had all year in the team defense is that their timing has never really developed so that they can help each other out in the proper place and the proper time.
Mike Gale has come in the ball game. He had been injured, was a starting guard for most of the year. Sam Williams misses, and Bernard King alertly tips it in. So Bernard King, with his 3rd team since breaking in with New Jersey. Rambis, they'll give him the shot. No one near him. Michael Cooper, who's come in, and Magic Johnson. Rambis fighting for the loose ball. And draws the foul. Good hustle by Kurt Rambis. A long shot to make the team. A 3rd-round draft choice by the Knicks last year. Did not play with them and spent the year playing in Greece. And Pat Riley gave him a job in his 4th year from Jackson State. And according to Al Attles, the purest shooter on the team. Rambis misses the first free throw. At the top of the game, you mentioned about the 2-man game of King and Free. So far, they're 3 of 12 from the field.
But with scorers, that's no indication because they stick with it until they get it right. And they keep shooting until they get the points.
Eddie Jordan, a fracture below his left knee, out 11 games, and Mitch Kupchak, who has been out since December with knee surgery, on the sideline for the Lakers, who could use both of them, particularly Kupchak, but Rambis has done a great job. Mike Gale, a veteran. Short. Over Rambis. Rambis did a good job as he just got the shot off at the 24-second buzzer. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go, first period. Lakers, Wilkes missing outside, and Sam Williams gets it out. Purvis short. World free.
Look at it, Sugar.
And Mike Gale hits the jump shot. So Mike Gale, who's never missed the playoffs in his 10-year career in the ABA and the NBA, hits the shot. He's in his 11th season. He's been out 7 games, had a fractured finger in his right hand. Mike Gale, a veteran who started the year in the backcourt. Under 2 minutes to play in the first. Bernard King all over Wilkes. McAdoo come in the ball game. Foul by Williams, and a chance to show you Bob McAdoo, an important addition to the Lakers, particularly coming up in the playoffs, Bill.
Yes, you know, he really was a great player as a young player in Buffalo. And he went through some tough years. He's coming back, and he has really made a contribution to the Lakers. And it's been very important, especially since Mitch Kupchak is out for the whole year. He's done a good job in the game. The season progresses, and during the playoffs, he will really be a big help to them.
See, the Lakers haven't really had a solid bench, and if he can give them points for Kareem coming off the bench or playing a forward spot, he could really give them a boost.
Which he can do. And the Lakers have the most versatile team in the league, I believe, with Michael Cooper, who can play guard and forward, and Magic, who can play guard and forward, and McAdoo can play forward and center.
Lakers having problems from the free throw line the last 20 games. They're 3 for 7 so far in this one. World 3 didn't have control of the ball. Bernard King fights 3 Lakers, and it's still Warrior ball. Great hustle by King there.
He's one of the most intense players. That's one of the things when you hear about Bernard King is you hear about intensity.
Clay Johnson coming in the game, and he was activated when Eddie Jordan went down. He was originally a Portland draft choice in 1978, signed as a free agent by the Lakers and played with the Continental Basketball Association at Billings. So Clay Johnson, who's impressed the Lakers. Mike Gale hits his second jump shot. And the Lakers lead is 4 points with 1:15 to play in the first period.
No matter how they play, I've watched this Warriors team play a few times. They don't quit. And that's one of the reasons they're this close to the playoffs.
McAdoo gets inside and a good reverse layup. Bob McAdoo has been slumping as a shooter, only 38% in the last 8 games. But they're counting on the 10-year veteran, Pat Riley, who started the year as an assistant coach to Paul Westhead. There's a wet spot on the floor that they want toweled off, and exactly a minute to go. And Riley took over on November 19th. Al Attles spent 11 years as a player in the NBA. His nickname was the Destroyer.
Yeah, well, he was a tough guy. I mean, tough. There's a difference between being a tough guy and a bully. He was never a bully. He was a tough guy, though.
Jim Brewer is pretty tough defensive rebounder. Number 8 is in the ball game. McAdoo has 11 seconds on the shot clock. Clay Johnson tried to make one extra pass, and inside Cooper has his shot blocked. Golden State playing much better defensively than their reputations. And Mike Gale to World 3. He's off so far. McAdoo clears. 1 for 8 from the field. Johnson. What a play by Johnson. 22 seconds to go, and the Warriors will play for the last shot. 8-point lead for the Lakers. And a bucket with 9 seconds to go by King, who ends up with 6 for the first period. Johnson against Purvis short. And the basket will count. Yes, Jim Brewer gets credit. His 3rd year from Michigan State.
You know what's amazing about him? He is not thought of as a pure shooter, but his shot selection is so good that he ends up being one of the best percentage shooters in the league.
Sonny Parker just comes in the game and rolls it in for the hoop. The 6th-year player from Texas A&M and the oldest in point of service with the Warriors. Brewer outside, open, misses the shot. Larry Smith, boy.
He's a good rebounder.
Yes, so.
He'd be a little more effective if he tried to pass the ball off a little quicker.
Kareem, starting this period on the bench, had 10 points in the first period. Mike Gale, King. Brewer plays off him a little bit. Clay Johnson looks pretty good out there and awfully quick, although they call him for the pushing foul. So Clay Johnson is called for the foul. He's a rookie from Missouri, but a 25-year-old rookie. See, Golden State with 45 wins. Al Attles told us, you think with 45 you'd be sure of a playoff berth, but not this year. Purvis Short. Falling down is Michael Cooper, and picking up the loose ball is McAdoo. Gives it to Nixon wisely. Nixon against Purvis Short, finding a mismatch. Johnson hits the shot. Clay Johnson, who is the leading scorer in his senior year at Mizzou, gives the Lakers a 33-25 lead. Opening 2 minutes here of the second period. Dick Stockton and Bill Russell from the Forum in Inglewood. Mike Gale, number 12. Nixon guarding him.
I think that the Warriors are playing with a little more tension, and they're losing the ball a few times just on nerves rather than on Lakers defense, although Lakers are playing good defense as usual.
Bernard King going in, and you're looking at Phoenix with a 10-point lead in the fourth period. Don't forget, second game of our NBA doubleheader on CBS Sunday, the Lakers against the Suns. And coming into the ball game now is Hank McDowell, a 6'9", fifth-round draft choice from Memphis State. And, of course, Al Attles forced to go with McDowell because of the injury to Joe Barry Carroll. McDowell, according to Attles, is a tough passing center, but I think he needs the boards inside.
Well, he's lucky that when he comes out there, that Bob McAdoo, who's a more manageable size, is playing center instead of Kareem. It's kind of tough for rookie to come out there and look at Kareem.
Makes 1 of 2. Clay Johnson had committed a second personal foul, and we'll have a foul. Offensive foul is called against Clay Johnson. His third personal foul. So, in a pressure game for Golden State, they're forced to use the likes of Hank McDowell and their bench early in the ball game, earlier than they normally would. McDowell against McAdoo. Cooper defends from behind, knocked the ball away, and it's out of bounds. It's given to Golden State, to Los Angeles. What a great performer Bernard King has been. 6th in field goal percentage. Kareem comes back in the ball game,
and McDowell is going to take it.
This will be interesting. Clay Johnson goes out. He's committed 3 fouls. Nixon runs Gale into a pick. McAdoo, he likes to shoot from there. He's been struggling from outside, and Mike Gale comes out of the pack. 2 minutes gone by, second period. Sonny Parker gives to King. Back to Parker in the lane. Parker, second bucket since coming in the game.
Good movement between those two guys on that play, because the Lakers were never able to decide who's going to get the shot so they could set the defenses up.
There's Magic. Lakers certainly with the best bench they've had, and Gale nearly makes a steal. Now we're going to have a timeout with...
Do it, Dick, and everyone will understand exactly what's going on.
Einstein wouldn't understand it. Norm Nixon gets it into Kareem. Kareem goes up. Rebound McDowell. Hank McDowell, the rookie from Memphis State. Bernard King pulls up. Knocks the ball to a teammate. Superb all-round player he is. It's still Golden State ball. Bernard King, maybe no better small forward in the game. And he can muscle you, as you can see, that upper body inside. He can run the floor from end to end, and a coach's dream. McAdoo, loose ball, and knocked away by Sonny Parker, who's a good defensive forward and guard. Pulls up. Sonny Parker.
Air balls. That was not a good shot.
Alley-oop play. Cooper is there. Golden State just slapping everybody. Norm Nixon hits the jump shot. If he scores 50 in his last 2 games, he'll wind up with the most points of his career in a season.
No matter how many points he ends up with, this has been his best year he's had as a professional.
You're right, Bill. He was an all-star first time, and he played that way all year. Purvis Short, number 45. King inside of McDowell. Falling down is King. 2 seconds on the shot clock, and it counts. Purvis Short, who has that rainbow shot. I guess the Warriors major in rainbow shots. They have a lot of players on their ball club. Hassett comes in with the 3-pointer. McAdoo with a good arc on that one. So Bob McAdoo. 7-point Laker lead, and as Russ said, Warriors never quit, never give up. They're only down by 7 in a very important game for them.
And they're not playing that well.
And not shooting that well, either. Short. Looked like he forced that. Coming in the ball game right now, World Free on the left and Magic Johnson on the right. 2 big substitutions coming in. So far, Magic has 6 and Free, struggling, has 5. Great achievement for Magic Johnson. Oscar Robertson 3 times had 700 assists and rebounds. Wilt Chamberlain once. And World Free from Guilford College. That's where M.L. Carr went to school. Carolina. Michael Cooper having his best offensive season. Came in this year as a defensive specialist, but he's well-rounded his game, unquestionably. 9-point Laker lead, second period. Free, guarded by Johnson, slows it up with 10 seconds on the shot clock. McDowell against Kareem. Passes to Parker. What a pass by McDowell on a backdoor to Parker. Nixon, followed by World B. Free. Fires away. Those two could have a duel in the sundown, couldn't they? Lakers match their biggest lead. 9 points. Blocked inside. Nixon gets the 2.
Now that's why the Lakers are so tough and why they can score points in bunches. Good defensive.
Throughout the course of the playoffs, Nixon having a superb start with 8 points and 8 assists. And an 11-point Laker lead, their biggest lead of the ball game. Joe Hassett has come in the ball game, and he's the 3-point performer. Wild on the 2-point attempt there, and Johnson, Cooper. Lakers are running. Brewer missed a easy follow-up, and now it's a 3-on-1 with only Kareem back. And World Free challenged him. Hassett takes it out. Joe Hassett from Providence, the best 3-point shooter, all-time NBA leader, and a foul. Purvis short, fouled Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and the crowd loves it, and they hope the Lakers go far this year in the playoffs after last season getting knocked out to Houston in the miniseries.
And that's one of the real values of a guy like Kareem, because he alone stopped that. And not only did he stop the basket of the points, but he discouraged the other guys. That hurt the Warriors psychologically as much as any play in this game.
World Free, 2 for 10 from the field. Kareem can't make the sky hook, and Hank McDowell trying to hold his own at 6'9", a rookie from Memphis State and picked on the 5th round. Hassett from Providence in 3-point territory. McDowell going in, uses his left arm as he goes in, and they call the foul, and that's what Kareem is claiming, that McDowell used the left arm. Gets no respect from the officials. See it again.
Now here goes McDowell in. He takes off. Now let's see if the arm comes out. Yes.
Kareem had a point, but so McDowell goes to the line. This is only his 5th appearance in the last 20 games. 12th man on the team. This is the free throw, and Al Attles, of course, having to go to the extent of his bench in this game with Joe Barry Carroll averaging 17 points a game, the 7-foot starting center, unable to play because of a twisted back, the #1 draft choice in the 1980 draft from Purdue. So the Warriors have to go without him. There it is inside. Johnson beating Kareem, and he couldn't tip it in. 5:40 remaining, first half. World Free trying to challenge Cooper. Cooper blocked it, and coming in with the basket is Bernard King. And coming in with the basket is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
You know, you work so hard like the Warriors did to get that basket, and by the time the guy landed, Kareem just took 1 step, and that's that percentage shot.
I have to say that the Lakers have an incredible advantage up front. 3-point attempt by Hassett is missed. And World Free recovers, finds Purvis short, who gets 2. 45-36. 9-point lead, nearly 5 minutes left in the first half. The basket counts. Magic Johnson with a perfect arc. Look at that timing and agility.
You know, it's like you're playing very well, and you look up, and you're still behind. The Warriors have made some good plays. Here comes Magic down the middle. And he went the length of the court with that. Rainbow from 8 feet.
He had to get it over Bernard King. So Magic Johnson, who has 17 triple-doubles. That means double figures in scoring, rebounding, and assists in a game. They called a foul on Michael Cooper. So Michael Cooper commits his first foul, and that's the way the cameraman looks at it as he gets the shot selected by Tony Bernard, director.
Who?
Tony Bernard, director. You remember him.
Post up,
Hassett out to Free. Short. Lakers are trapping on defense. Bernard King hits the jumper from the baseline. So Bernard King averaging 23.3, 8th in the league in scoring. And a 9-point Laker lead, biggest lead 11, the second period. Kareem, skyhook over McDowell. Hassett coming down with it. Curtis short with Cooper. Free finds an opening. And a foul. World Free is going to get a bucket one way or another, huh? On the scoreboard, 3 minutes to go, and Phoenix leading Portland 105-93. So the Lakers having an effect on the playoff fortunes of both the Golden State Warriors tonight and the Phoenix Suns on Sunday. We started the night with 4 teams with identical records, 3 of them with a chance at the playoffs. Kurt Rambis replaces Michael Cooper. Cooper goes out with 4 points and 2 personal fouls, but 3 blocked shots. 3 is on the line.
And the Warriors, Larry Smith.
And when
Larry Smith comes in.
What Al Adams tries to do with his substitutions is balance rebounding and defense and keep a certain amount of firepower, as he calls it. Guys out there that can put the ball in the hoop so that you can get some kind of a game with some kind of continuity.
Nixon all the way, and they call an offensive foul on Norm. Offensive foul on Norm Nixon, his second personal foul.
Now here goes Norman Nixon down the middle there. Let's see if he swings that arm. Well, looks like Bernard King had defensive position.
Warriors have only 2 team fouls, and the Lakers have committed their 5 for the period. King tried to pass it inside to Larry Smith, and a Los Angeles foul on Jamal Wilkes. So Wilkes commits the foul.
You know, you got Jamal Wilkes and Bernard King, who are 2 very effective small forwards. They're great players. But if you look at them, they seem so opposite because it looks like nothing you could say would upset Jamal. And Bernard, when you think of him, you think of intensity.
Well, what is he like before a game when he's in the dressing room?
He kind of scares the guys because he sits there and he works himself into a state that and he doesn't say anything, you know. And when they first got him, they were worried because he never said anything, and he just get himself psyched up to play.
Offensive rebounding story. Golden State, one of the best in the NBA. Inside to Wilkes. Johnson, what a pass to Jamal Wilkes. He's been doing that all year. And the Lakers are up by 8 now with under 4 minutes to go in the first half. World Free. If World Free were to get a few buckets, the Warriors very much would come back. 3-point attempt by Hassett. Here he is, Joe Hassett, who has hit 5 of his last 9 3-point attempts. And that'll bring you back in a hurry.
Over here. We're part of the way back anyway.
In the Kareem and a foul. They had 3 Warriors, and Larry Smith got inside.
He drew a crowd with that one.
McDowell commits the foul.
Well, if you got a guy 6'9", a little 6'9" at that, guarding a guy like Kareem, he's going to need a lot of help.
Well, that's what they've got to do. They've got to help. Rambis double team now with Smith and Hassett on Johnson. Rambis drives in. Coming down with it, Bernard King finds World Free. 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the first half. A must game. 3 points again for Hassett. 2 in a row. Joe Hassett, 6 of his last 10. And the only player in the league with more 3-point attempts than 2-point attempts. So you know what he's going to do is Rambis slams into Larry Smith. Free goes in. And they call an interference on the cylinder.
Now that was a bad play by Larry Smith. He should have left it go because they...
Ball here, 82 game schedule, and you don't know going into the 82nd game who's going to play whom. That's quite a story too. 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first half.
And the Warriors are only 2 points behind.
And World Free has not started to hit from the field yet. McDowell against Kareem. Gets the hook, sky hook. I think...
Well, if he's going to guard him, he's going to have to... Kareem is not only taller, but he's out-muscling right now. He doesn't get the ball too close. He's not going to miss any of those.
Russ, terrific what Golden State is doing without Joe Barry Carroll and Free not hitting his shots. Hanging in like they are. 4 points down. Hassett has already hit 2 3-point shots. Going for another one and hitting another one. He is incredible. Joe Hassett, who's played at Seattle, Indiana, and Dallas. And now the Laker lead is cut to 1. Jamal Wilkes misses shooting over Bernard King, and Magic saves it inside of Wilkes. Blocked by Smith. Wilkes again. He's got it.
He made a super move in, Wilkes did. He had him to keep him from blocking him. He made some contact so that when he went up, the defensive man couldn't go up with him.
Less than 2 minutes to go in the first half. 1:44 to be exact. 53 to 50. Hassett, 4 in a row. Joe Hassett has scored 12 points on 4 shots from the field. And a tie score at 53. And breaking the tie is Kareem, who has 16. What a game we have. Golden State playing for their playoff lives against the Lakers, leading the season series 3-2. World free. He cannot buy a hoop.
And he's doing the things he should do. He's going in there challenging the big guys and getting the shots off, but they're just not going in for him.
Magic sails in for a bucket.
Now that's what you have to stop. You can't let the guy with the ball penetrate like that. You've got to stop the ball at least before it gets to the foul line.
They're getting too many easy shots inside.
Yes. Well, that's one of the problems the Warriors have. They are not a good defensive team, and that's one of the reasons they don't press or pick up the outlet, because they don't react down low very well.
Hassett for 5? No. 4 for 5 for Joe Hassett. 40
Which
seconds.
is still not bad shooting.
I'll say. 57 to 53. Lakers by 4. Nixon. And the Lakers now have scored 3 straight baskets to take a 59 to 53 lead. That's the time remaining in the first half. A report coming up from Portland as soon as this half ends. High scores in the game. Kareem has 16 for the Lakers. Bernard King 13, but Joe Hassett has 12 on 4 3-pointers. Free is 2 for 13 in the first half. Hassett. That's only 2. 2-point shot. 2-point shot for Hassett. 59 to 55. Final seconds. And it will count. It'll count. Magic Johnson gets the bucket. Winds up with 12. Basketball with the Lakers leading Golden State 61 to 55. Russell and Hank McDowell, number 44. The rookie from Memphis State starts at center with the rest of the cast that began the game, and McDowell trying to keep it honest, hitting it, missing outside, and ahead of the field was Kareem.
Took an outside shot from the center, and Kareem just took off.
Golden
Cherry
State
picking, huh?
shot 45%, LA 51%. Yet the game remains close, rebounding virtually even in the first half. Rambis, Wilkes, Kareem up front. Norm Nixon and Magic Johnson the guards. McDowell, who's 6'9", against Kareem 7'2". Wilkes blocks the shot, makes a fine play, and a loose ball foul is called against Bernard King. But Jamal Wilkes made a superlative play.
Here's the shot. Bernard King goes up, and there Jamal blocks it, and then goes after the ball, and Bernard King went under him.
Don't be fooled by Jamal Wilkes' slender appearance. Nothing fooled the Warriors there. I mean, that was out of the textbook. And so Al Attles has to go to his bench, and he's going to bring in Ricky Brown. Turnaround shot by Bernard King, who has 15 points. He leads Golden State. Hassett had 14 points, the only 2 in double figures for the Warriors. Kareem has 20 points in the ball game to lead Los Angeles. 9 for 15 from the field. Magic Johnson 12, and Norm Nixon has 10 to wrap up the leading scorers.
Yeah, Cap.
Rambis couldn't follow it up, but is fouled inside by McDowell, and McDowell's going to come out of the game, I believe, and Ricky Brown will check in.
Now here's Kareem just... McDowell's playing pretty good position, but Kareem just goes in. He's letting him get position too close. There's nothing you can do about it. Although that one bounced out, and then Rambis follows it up.
Rambis has 10 rebounds in the ball game.
One of the reasons for the success of the Warriors this year has been Al Attles' attitude toward his ball club. Now tonight, Joe Barry Carroll couldn't play. He didn't say, well, what are we going to do? He says, this is what we're going to do. And we're going to play just as if it never happened. We're going to go with the guys that we got, and we're going to try to win this ball game.
Down by 10. Biggest lead the Lakers had was 11. And Golden State came back and tied the ball game. World 3. Ice cold. 3 for 14. Make it 2 for 14 from the field for World B3. Norm Nixon knew the ball was short, but the rebound brought down by Ricky Brown. Almost stripped away. And here's Hassett, the three-point shooter in the ball game. 9:45 to go, third period. Dick Stockton and Bill Russell here at the Forum in Inglewood. Bernard King can muscle you. Take it away. Norm Nixon.
Outstanding play by Jamal Wilkes.
Loose ball, Rambis. Magic. Kareem. Magic just pushed the scored Golden State on the fast break points 20-6. Bill, 20-6. Larry Smith out to Hassett in three-point territory, and Johnson playing him out there. Biggest lead of the game right now, Lakers 12 with 9:10 to go in the third. They have 5 seconds on the shot clock, and a steal by Nixon. King gets it back. Didn't quite steal the ball, but they don't get it off. So Norm Nixon didn't steal the ball, but did the next best thing.
And that was good hustle by Bernard King, because if he hadn't used his strength, Nixon was going with that one. Now here's the play that did there, and now he just takes it away there, using his strength, and he comes up with the ball. But they still hadn't, because the Lakers never got control of the ball. It's a 24-second violation.
Under 9 minutes to play. There's the shooting story. Golden State can ill afford 25% from the field, which is what they've got so far. Norm Nixon outside. Nixon hitting over 50% from the field in this game at a 14-point lead. Biggest in the game for the Lakers. Ricky Brown, baseline. Rebound, Larry Smith. Blocked by Wilkes, out of bounds. And the Lakers are dominating right now with Jamal Wilkes with 2 outstanding defensive plays, not to mention the rest of his offensive repertoire. And Lorenzo Romar, number 18, has come back in the game. He started at guard.
I think one of the outstanding attributes of Jamal Wilkes is his ability to run the play. And that's a skill that most people don't realize what a skill it is in order to be able to run the plays as well as he can.
6 seconds on the shot clock. Bernard King. Larry Smith rolls in. Warriors have had very little success on those second shots inside.
Well, there's a tall guy with number 33 on his jersey that make you think before you shoot in there.
Coming around the screen is Nixon.
Now drop.
Ricky Brown. Kareem. Nixon. Last year, the Lakers lost to Houston in the 2 out of 3 mini-series, and they will not have to play that kind of a series this year. They will get a bye into the Western semifinal. 14-point lead, matches the largest the Lakers have had in this game. 7:35 to go in the third. World B3 arcs it and gets it. World B3 3 for 15 now from the field, and they miss his scoring. He has 8 points in the ball game, averaging over 23 on the year. So King and Free in the top 10 in scoring in the NBA. Bernard King has 15, so he's on the mark. Blocked. Larry Smith blocked Kareem's shot. Nixon over Romar, and Larry Smith comes down with it. Romar, good move past Nixon. World free, left him wide open. And hit 2 in a row, and Kurt Rambis.
You know, he's one of the few players that don't like to get screens or get the ball clear. He likes to dribble before he shoots.
Jamal Wilkes from the corner. Jamal Wilkes, who's the last, since the All-Star game, has shot 54% from the field and has averaged nearly 23 a game. He has been a house of fire since that All-Star ball game. Romar gives up the dribble. Lakers
are playing excellent defense now.
He's got to go on.
Warriors can't get inside. Free drives, and they call a blocking foul on Norm Nixon, and that'll be Nixon's 3rd personal foul.
3rd personal foul.
6:20 remaining, third period. Dick Stockton and Bill Russell with the Lakers up by 14.
Keep it over there. That's it.
Romar finds Larry Smith. King. Like King wanted to shoot, didn't have control at first. Hits the jump shot. Bernard King.
That's a tough jump shot to guard, because where he takes off from is not where he releases the ball. It's a tough shot to shoot also.
Larry Smith got a hand on the ball, and it's still Los Angeles ball. How tough?
Now here's a shot. Now he'll give Jamal Wilkes. Now he goes up in the air, Now, he's moved about 3 feet by the time he releases the ball from the time he goes up in the air. And that means he has to adjust to the target.
Intercepted by Larry Smith. King hitting 50%. Lorenzo Romar from the University of Washington. Coming right back is Cooper, an air rush. They get the easy bucket after Golden State has to, well, that wasn't that tough for them at the other end, but they're behind.
That's the one thing. When they make a outstanding play, they don't get back on defense. And the Lakers, almost every time they made a good play that could bring them back psychologically, the Lakers have just shut that down with another easy basket.
Crowd, by the way, yelling "Coop," not "boo," as Ricky Brown misses, and it's tipped up by Larry Smith and brought down. So it's getting physical inside, and the end-to-end foray of Magic Johnson with the passing ability, and a foul. Rambis goes in, and Magic Johnson, when he is in high gear and looking under the basket, you may not find anyone better than this.
Now here he comes down court, looking all the time, and makes that pass, right velocity, right in his hands, right there. Good defensive play by Larry Smith, but he kind of hit him a little bit.
Magic has 6 assists in this period alone, and we have nearly half the period remaining, 5-11. The personal foul was on Smith, his first, and Kurt Rambis has surpassed the season's average. Didn't take much, but they're not looking for his scoring.
No, they want him to play hard-nosed defense and get the defensive board.
Larry Smith clears the missed free throw. 78-65, 13-point lead for Los Angeles. Winding down with 5 minutes remaining in the third.
Down low. That's it. That's it.
You hear Pat Riley's voice.
You ready, Buck? You can help.
Listen to Riley.
Get off. Get off. Get off. Get off. Run it down.
3 seconds on the clock. Romar. LA ball. So you had a chance to hear Pat Riley on one end. Al Attles has the deeper voice, and we'll pick him up perhaps.
Come on, B.
Loose ball picked up by Cooper. Into Kareem. And they call it a 3-second violation. Very good call.
Yeah, he kind of set up light housekeeping in there. Decided to sit down and stay a while. Basket.
So Golden State trying to narrow the 13-point deficit. They were down by 8.
And they're not getting good shots. They're not executing their offense as well. They have good offense very well because they're not getting any clear shots.
We'll have a foul on Michael Cooper, and one of the problems, of course, the good thing with the Warriors is Cooper commits the foul, is that they have 2 great scorers, but many times they rely on those 2 scorers. King, who's hitting pretty well from the field today, and Free, who is not.
And then the thing is that you can defense those 2 guys and make them take tough shots so that their percentage automatically goes down. Now, Bernard King has scored well, but he has not gotten very many easy shots.
World Free, 1 of 2. That look at the basket. Free hasn't been able to find it. Both teams are 6 for 12 from the free throw line in this game. Kareem, forget it. Hits the deck hard, and the crowd behind the basket immediately gets up. He's the bread and butter of this ball club.
Now Kareem had excellent position under the basket. He's got to get excellent pass there. He got it right there. He's got the ball now. Gets ready to go up. And here comes Larry Smith. And Larry Smith will make a lot of mistakes, but one of them will not be lack of hustle. As he gets older and plays, he'll learn how to use that energy and that ability in very constructive ways, and he can be outstanding.
24 points for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Norm Nixon has 14 and Irvin Johnson 12. Wilkes with 10 for the Lakers. And the Lakers are trapping all over the court now. Leading by 14, matching their high. Romar had an open shot, decided to go inside, and Ricky Brown can't make it. King goes up and draws the foul. Bernard King, and Wilkes fouled him from behind. Bernard King.
And here's one of the reasons the Warriors never quit is Bernard King never gives up. No matter how far they are behind, he comes in the huddle and says, we can win this one, we can win this one. That's what Al Attles says, because he won't let the guys give up.
One thing Al Attles told us, he said, even if the Warriors don't make the playoffs, he has to be satisfied with this season. Last year, they didn't win 40. They have 45 wins. If they don't make it, it'll be on the last day of the season. And Al Attle's one of the classy coaches of all time in the NBA. And he says he's going to come back coach another year.
He likes this group of guys that he has, and he really knows them. And they're a good bunch of kids. And it's a very young ball player.
Cooper into Kareem. 26 for Abdul-Jabbar. Getting revved up for postseason. Showdown 82, the NBA calls the playoff season. Ricky Brown is short. Bernard King. Free.
Good hustle by Bernard King. He just missed that one.
Pass into Wilkes. Look at that play. It
Great
counts.
pass by Magic Johnson.
And a circus shot by Jamal Wilkes. And the crowd loves it. The Lakers, if they win tonight and Sunday, they'll have the 4th best record in their history.
Now here's Magic. The rebound. He misses the ball. Magic comes up with it. Now he brings it up, and he's looking all the time. Now there's that long pass right there. Jamal makes an exceptional play out of it. But the key thing is that because of the way Magic has passed that ball so many times, these guys always hustle to get down because there's no better incentive than an easy shot.
Larry Smith committed his 3rd personal foul. Magic Johnson has 12 assists.
Help! Don't let him out. Play himself.
Ricky Brown, Mississippi State product. 15-point lead, the biggest lead of the ball game. L.A. had it 17 points before the bucket by Ricky Brown. We have under 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd period. Wilkes, 2 circus shots. 17-point lead for Los Angeles, trying to even the season series at 3-3. Each club has 1 on its home court. Smith. Brown. Golden State asserting itself on the glass on the offensive floor. And a pushing foul against Golden State. World Free commits the foul, and for Free his 3rd personal foul. Penalty situation for the Warriors. 5th.
And winning a game tonight is a big step in the right direction. In fact, they finished the season pretty strong, winning 4 straight. And that's a good way to go into the playoffs.
Michael Cooper has 8 points. You saw World Free, who struggled tonight with only 9 and a 3 for 17 shooting even. Turnover, 2-on-1. Nixon, McAdoo. So now Bob McAdoo going to get some playing time here to get ready for postseason.
And they're using him and Kareem together.
At a 19-point lead. They've used the 2 of them together. Rebound inside. Bernard King goes up without the ball. Lakers are running and sailing along. McAdoo. And they're breaking it open, folks. Bob McAdoo.
And now that's going to have to call timeout again. But they've gotten a lot of them on steals and turnovers.
Double teaming, trapping the guards. McAdoo comes out. Romar pulls up with a jumper. Lorenzo Romar, who's averaging over 6 points a game and the 141st player picked in the draft a couple of years ago.
Al Attle said that when he doesn't play Romar, it's because of his defense. That he plays. He doesn't play good defense unless he concentrates on it, and he's had some trouble with that. And so when he's playing good defense, he gets to play a lot of minutes.
Bernard King, relentless to the hoop. Stop short. Magic. Look at the move. Boy, you're seeing some shots tonight. Under a minute to play in the 3rd period. Ricky Brown. And a jump ball. Kareem is hustling like a young colt in this ball game today. And Magic Johnson is something else.
Now look at this play. He brings the ball down. He never lets the defense get set. He keeps going, and the defense has got to stop giving ground. They didn't. He went all the way to the hoop. Fingertip control.
The Lakers starting guards, Magic and Nixon, have 28 points and 22 assists between them. And there's the other one, Norm Nixon. Alley-oop, Cooper!
You can see that coming from the back court.
Lakers are running wild and putting on a show. When they say showtime, this is what they mean. Purvis short and stuffing it through. Bernard King doesn't like what's happening. 20 seconds to go. 21-point lead for the Lakers. Joe Barry Carroll. His absence has hurt Golden State, but I doubt very much that would have made a difference.
Well, it could have, Dick, because it'd be a different game. Because he's a good scorer, and they didn't.
Down by 21 points. And let's pick up who's in the ball game. We have Nixon and Magic Johnson with Cooper, Mark Landsberger, number 54, and Bob McAdoo, number 11. Sonny Parker, number 22, is in the game with Sam Williams, who stole the ball, number 33. 2-on-1 break, and Sam Williams takes it all the way. And elsewhere, we have Purvis Short, Hank McDowell, and Lorenzo Romar. Nixon misses. So Golden State gets 2. Sonny Parker lost control, and McDowell all the way. Fouled by McAdoo inside. So Magic Johnson starts the ball game, or starts this period, but Kareem is on the bench. He has scored 26 points. The shooting in the third period. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 28,000 career points, second to Wilt Chamberlain, who has 31,000 plus.
Sounded good. The shot I made.
As we pointed out, the Lakers have led after 3 periods. Every game these teams have played. Lost 3 of them. Here's Al Attle's voice.
Eddie can't run anymore.
Stepping out.
Not saying much. McAdoo hits. That's the Bob McAdoo shot. He was Rookie of the Year, has been MVP, 2-time All-Star, and a scoring champion for 3 seasons. McDowell to Purvis Short. Lost it. Cooper. Cooper now with 12 points in the ball game, and that matches his season's average. Purvis Short going to the hoop, gives up the dribble and throws the ball away, and Golden State becoming unraveled here in the early moments of the final period.
Because Los Angeles is applying good pressure on the ball, and they're playing good team defense.
Clay Johnson, the 25-year-old rookie from Missouri, who, by the way, is eligible for the playoffs. They say he's a junior Cooper, plays just like Cooper. He's shorter at 6'4", but shows a lot of the skills. McAdoo has the shot blocked inside. Twice he's come up empty inside, and Golden State's Romar comes out with it. He throws it away. No, last touch by the Lakers.
Good idea, bad execution. That ball was thrown so hard. If the guy would have had to have iron hands to catch it, and then he wouldn't have been able to shoot it.
Purvis Short goes out to Sonny Parker, who's been with the Warriors 6 years, longest in point of service with the ball club. Romar trying to find some help. Cooper all over him. McDowell with 7 seconds on the shot clock, and against Nixon, Sonny Parker's shot is in and out. McDowell rejected by McAdoo. Clay Johnson, Nixon, Clay Johnson. And he lost control. Cooper there, though. Who gets the bucket? Landsberger. Mark Landsberger, who has not played all that much, has had an up-and-down season, but has had some good games against the Boston Celtics, as we recall. 9:45 remaining, fourth period. 103-79 Lakers.
Get up, Mark.
They were tied at 53, and the Lakers have gone from there. And Joe Hassett came in and hit 4 3-point shots. That was Romar from the baseline. Lakers have won 5 of 6 and 8 of their last 10. McAdoo. Clay Johnson. We have a loose ball foul. And it's against Purvis Short. I like the way Clay Johnson moves out there. He plays with a lot of poise and a lot of activity.
He's a good player. He was a high scorer in that Continental Basketball League.
Joe Hassett, 4 3-point plays comes in as McAdoo on a feed from Cooper. So Bernard King, a frustrating evening, has 21 points. He's done as well as he could do offensively, Russ.
Yes, and it just, for a guy like that that's so intense and plays so hard, that makes it doubly frustrating when you go out there and you work so hard and you look up and you're over 20 points behind.
Lorenzo Romar gets the basket, and a loose ball foul is called against McAdoo. Let's see the move
Here
again.
comes Lorenzo Romar. He's in here. He goes up. He scores. And here's the foul there when McAdoo pulls McDowell down.
McAdoo, by the way, 13 points coming off the bench. Going to the hoop. And scores and is fouled as well. Bob McAdoo has played at Buffalo, the New York Knicks, Boston, Detroit, and New Jersey in his 10-year career. And this is the first time he has not been top dog wherever he has been. It's a new role for him, but one in which could result in a possible championship, fulfilling that role.
And he likes it here a lot because it's his first time he's really had a shot at being on a championship team. And in all professional, that is one of the things that they want to do, no matter what kind of record or reputation they have. They want to be at least on one championship team.
He scored 20 against Utah in Wednesday night's game, has 15 right now. 107-83. Sam Williams tipped up and in by Sonny Parker. Keep in mind, what Bill Russell said, the Golden State Warriors are a very young club, and Al Attles is not at all impatient. He's very pleased with 45 wins. Golden State's playoff hopes may be dim right now. Good defense inside. The Warriors coming out. Romar to Hassett. Three-point shooter. Hits, but that's a two-point play. Hassett now 16 points. Hit 4 3-pointers in just a few minutes in the second period. Nixon comes back with a bucket and is fouled. So Norm Nixon with 16 points. And a superb campaign for Nixon. Nixon and Magic Johnson are the first tandem in history to each have 600 or more assists.
Well, you know, if they just passed to each other, they'd have quite a few.
That's right. That's true. He's got 10 in this game. Under 8 minutes to go, fourth period. Hassett. So McDowell against McAdoo. Lost the ball out of bounds. Laker ball. Al Attles, who scored 33 points the night Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 against the New York Knicks in Hershey, Pennsylvania. It's a tough break, isn't it?
It's a tough night to get him. I know. You talk about not having anybody notice.
And that was his career high. Nixon with 19 points as you saw him hit the bank shot. Romar trying to find McDowell. Overplaying and denying the ball is McAdoo, but Nixon picks him up. And McDowell just passed back. And a basket by Lorenzo Romar. So 25-point lead has been the biggest at 112-87, and now it's 23 again. Steal by Sonny Parker and a foul by Nixon. Pat Riley was a broadcaster before he was an assistant coach.
There are a couple guys that have done that. He's done better than most.
You were a coach before a broadcaster. Billy Cunningham. Oh, you were on the air before you coached Seattle, weren't you?
Thank heavens.
McAdoo ahead to Cooper with Romar. Michael Cooper. So let's run down the balance scoring. Kareem, who's on the bench with 26. Nixon has 19. Wilkes and McAdoo 15. And Magic Johnson 14 points. And so Iggy from the University of Michigan. Clay Johnson is with him. Joe Hassett can only shoot from 3 points. He can't get the layup. Sonny Parker coming by. Parker all the way, rolls it in. So Sam Williams, Parker, Hassett, Romar, and Ricky Brown are in for the Warriors. McAdoo getting a lot of playing time in this game. Throws up an air ball, and Romar coming back with Clay Johnson defending on the play. And Romar goes all the way. McAdoo clears out to Clay Johnson. Clay Johnson brought into the roster. Good play by Sam Williams, but Cooper picks up the ball. McAdoo looking for Landsberger inside. They don't want Landsberger to take that shot.
That was unduly harsh, Dick.
Just stating a fact.
Oh, okay.
Michael Cooper really smoothed out his game, having his best offensive year. You saw him score 31 against the Celtics this year. McGee will intercept. with 5:45 to go. And we had several brilliant, extraordinary plays in this game by Magic Johnson, Nixon, Jamal Wilkes. They put on quite a show.
I think one of the exceptional plays tonight was that one time that Kareem had to defend 3 guys and he stopped them. That was an outstanding sequence.
Brown going in and getting the bucket. 116-93. So Los Angeles will even the season series if they maintain this big lead with more than 5 minutes to go. McGee using a McAdoo screen. Short. The other man on the bench is Kevin McKenna for the Lakers, who hasn't come in. He's the only man who hasn't played. Here's Kevin McKenna from Creighton, the 3rd-round draft choice, or 4th-round pick. McAdoo, good pass into Landsberger and gets the bucket. So
that's the shot they want to take, right?
Yes. Landsberger, former Chicago Bull out of Arizona State. The more he plays, the more he seems to produce, and it's the old chicken or egg thing. You have to play well in the short period of time you have before you get to play a lot. There's a pass intended for someone in the first row. Jim Brewer comes back in the ball game, and McAdoo goes out, and Kevin McKenna, number 30 from Creighton, enters the ball game. They have... This man shows some promise, according to Pat Riley. McKenna, good defensive player, good shooter. Originally, when we opened the season, they thought McKenna could serve as the shooter coming off the bench. That didn't materialize. McGee goes up, no basket, and we have a foul on Mike McGee, offensive foul. So L.A. had an 8-point lead early to the bench, and then L.A. went on from there, opened up a 6-point halftime lead and a 21-point lead after 3 periods. And McKenna fouls Sonny Parker. We haven't given you team fouls because they have not been a factor in this ball game, as Ed Middleton working. Regardless of the score, well, these referees have to work. Hassett gets it back to McDowell. Good move by McDowell. Didn't get the basket. Landsberger to Kevin McKenna. Leaves it for Brewer. Sonny Parker almost strips it away from Clay Johnson. Off the side by McGee. Parker, Hassett pulls up. So Joe Hassett.
He's had a good shooting night tonight.
Yes, he has. 18 points for Joe Hassett. The leading scorer on the bench, Bernard King, with 21 points. Knocked away, and we'll have a foul. For the playoffs for the first time in 5 years, and really have to beat Seattle, otherwise their chances are nil. Hassett with the pass to Romar. Lorenzo Romar with 3 minutes to go in the ball game. 118-97. And much of the crowd has filed out here, the Forum here. And the next time they will see the Lakers play will be in the Western Conference semifinals. Brewer miss. Clay Johnson blocked by Sam Williams. And Hassett is fouled by McKenna. While Washington would play Philadelphia. If the Nets lose and Washington beats Atlanta, then the Nets still finish 4th and play Washington in the mini-series while Atlanta plays Philadelphia. Now, I know it sounds crazy to read all of this, except as Marty Aronoff had our statistician, hurry put this together. If any of the people watching are rooting for these clubs, they're anxious to know what the possibilities are.
You think you could repeat that?
No. McDowell, and McKenna intercepts with 2:20 to go. Lead pass. McKenna hustling all over the floor, but Romar recovers. Romar into McDowell, and a foul inside. Kevin McKenna. 2 rookies made the team. Rambis actually 3, with Rambis. What a long shot he was. I mean, Kurt Rambis comes to camp after playing in Greece, impressed in the summer league.
That's in Athens.
Athens, Greece, right? And then impressed in the summer league and wins a job. And everyone said, look at this guy, Kurt Rambis, on orthodox style. If you ever saw a player, Mitch Kupchak, who the Lakers acquired for the power forward spot they needed so badly, out with the knee surgery in December. And look what Rambis does. He plays 45 games plus and plays superbly. Started every game since January 7th. Less than 2 minutes to go. Mike McGee to the veteran Jimmy Brewer. And you're going to be seeing a lot of Jim Brewer in the playoffs.
Yes, he's an outstanding rebounder and a good defensive player.
Look at that.
I don't think he wanted to get that one blocked. What do you think?
Sam Williams with a vengeance, folks. 18-point lead. McKenna. Lakers trying to keep it alive, and Mike McGee. So the biggest lead was 25 points in this game. Now it's a 20-point game. Sonny Parker fires it up, tipped up by McDowell, and good. Hank McDowell. So Joe Barry Carroll couldn't suit up for the Warriors tonight. And Kareem had a field day against the replacements, Ricky Brown and Hank McDowell, as you look at Joe Barry. And by the way, Al Attles does not have any regrets on that trade. Now, he's heavily weighted in favor of Boston with Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish going to Boston for the right to draft Joe Barry Carroll, but Al Attles told us that Parrish was a free agent, might have lost him anyway.
Right, and he didn't know if they could afford to keep him, so that they came out still with a pretty good center. And they weren't playing that well. They hadn't made the playoffs for 4 or 5 years anyway.
Romar saves it nicely with 40 seconds to play. Brewer and Golden State ball. Notice that the Milwaukee Bucks have signed Brad Holland, former UCLA guard, to bolster their ball club. And right now, with Quinn Buckner out, Brian Winters out at Bridgman, they're really hurting going into the playoffs.
Yes, they're going to need some help at the guard position. And there's a ball club that everyone was afraid of, and maybe still are afraid of. And they've come down with key injuries going down the stretch that is just devastating. The 3 of their top players that they really depended on that would made them so tough. And it's maybe Quinn Buckner may be able to play some more this year, but he's the only one.
You know, it's amazing. Early this season, everyone was saying if Lanier could stay healthy, the Bucks will be tough. Well, he stayed pretty healthy, but the rest of the team did. 122 to 107. And Golden State now in a position where they must win tomorrow night against Seattle, and even then they may not make the playoffs. So the teams that won tonight in that 4-way tie, Houston and Phoenix, are looking very good right now. Denver and Golden State not looking too good, but Denver in better shape than Golden State. Basket good and a foul. 2 seconds to play. As we salute the LA Lakers, we want to tell you that Magic Johnson had a brilliant game, and all of these players are on the bench right now that we're talking about. Magic Johnson, 14 points, 13 assists, and 7 rebounds. Norm Nixon, 19 points and 11 assists. Kareem, 26 points and 6 rebounds for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Wilkes and McAdoo each scored 15. And Kurt Rambis, 12 rebounds. In this ball game, the Lakers have won 125 to 109, and we'll be back. Lakers, and a game they really want as far as home court advantage in case they...
Yeah, they want to make sure that they stay ahead of Philadelphia and Milwaukee just in case something happens over in the other division.
Meaning if Boston ball is Jim Harrington. Tonight's Golden State 109. Be sure to be with us tomorrow. CBS Sports Saturday presents the idea.
From the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum in Oakland, California.
Championship. It looked like Cincinnati was about to take it away from Boston when they won the first game of the '66 playoffs. Maybe Boston was getting too complacent. After all, it was way back in '57 that they won their first championship. In those days, they had number 14, Bob Cousy. Nobody had ever seen a playmaker like him. Then Cousy retired, and people figured it was all over. No more championships. But that isn't quite how it worked out. The Celtics got to be a legend, the greatest team ever. A week has gone by. Boston has fought. Tonight, they play the final game for the championship, the money game. Their first championship is 9 years gone. 9 years, a generation in sports. It's Friday night, April the 1st. The place is Boston, which is really an Irish town. They even imported their whole soccer team intact from Shamrock. The Kennedys started here. So their basketball team, which is made up of descendants of Germans and Africans and Czechs and Swedes and is coached by the son of a Russian Jew, their team is naturally called by the ancient Irish name, the Celtics. The challengers from Cincinnati are called the Royals.
Here come the world champions, the Boston Celtics.
It's hard to pin down why Boston has been so great. They aren't the biggest, they don't shoot the best, but when it counts, they seem to play what you might call the essential game. They can do the things that really count.
Might as well get up.
Of course, the essential game is also the toughest to keep up, and this is an old team. As athletes, that is, they're old men with a load of injuries and fatigue. They've been playing hard for 5 solid months, 84 games, leading up to this one. Their coach has been at it for 20 years. He's already announced that he's retiring. He's had it.
Let's cut off, Russ.
The challengers, naturally, are young and hungry. They never had a championship. And they can shoot the eyes off the ball.
For the Cincinnati Royals. At forward from Ohio State. At 6'8", number 16, Jerry Lucas.
Their top front man is Jerry Lucas. He's strong. He gets him the ball, and he's a great shooter.
Number 22, Happy Hairston.
Lucas and 2 other Cincinnati men were on the 1960 Olympics champions.
Number 15, Wayne Embry.
The others were Adrian Smith.
At 6'1", number 10, Adrian Smith.
And the man who has to be the best all-around player in the game, Oscar Robertson.
Robertson. Coach of the Royals, Jack McMahon. For the Boston Celtics, at forward from Ohio State. At 6'5", number 17, John Havlicek. At forward from New York.
There's only one Boston man left from that first championship team, but he's the most dominating player in the sport, Bill Russell.
Bill Russell. At guard from North Carolina College, Sam Jones. At guard from San Francisco, at 6'1", number 25, Casey Jones. Coach